Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have an August TBR, and this is probably my highest TBR list that I've ever had in a while. Hopefully I could get to all of them, but if not, I have options to choose if I get tired of one, so that's good. If you guys want to know what I want to read this month, then keep on watching. So the first book that I kind of have in my TBR list that I've had for a while actually is A Court of Thorns and Roses by Sarah J. Maas. Now this one, I have started reading it a while back. I stopped on chapter 19, but I didn't continue reading it because one, I was in a point where I just didn't want to read anymore, and it was kind of getting boring to me even though you were getting to the good parts. But I also just bought the second book, which is why I want to start rereading it again so that I could read the second book. It's not very long. I just don't know what it is. I'm not a very big fan of fantasy, and it's very hard for me to get into those kind of stories, so this is one of them. I know this is huge in the booktube world, and I know almost everyone has read this book and loves it, which is why I want to read it, because I want to be that person that freaking loves this with a passion. The next book that I want to read is Until Friday Night by Abby Glines. This one is the first book to the Field Party series. I think that's what it's called. I'm not sure. I actually had the second and the third book to this series. I just never had the first book, so I was never able to start it. And I finally purchased it. I finally got it on Mercari. If you guys seen my haul video for the month of July, you guys will know that I picked this up. But I finally have it, and I really want to start it because it's actually very, very thin. I really like Abby Glines, so I'm pretty sure I could get through with this in probably like one sitting. So I'll probably finish it in one day. And I really want to read the series, so yeah, I think this is gonna be the first one that I'm gonna read this month, hopefully. The third book that I want to read for this month is also a reread, which is Curable by Stephanie Garber. Now this one, the final book is actually out, and I only have the first and the second book, but the reason why I also want to reread it is because I have the second book and I want to get the third. I want to read the series, I want to finish the series, so I want to reread it. However, this is not high on my list, on my TBR list, so whether I read this month or next month is okay, or as long as I read it before the year ends, because I already read it, so I already know what Curable is about. I just don't know the continuation of it, but I want to reread it so that I could remember the characters and remember things about them, so that I could continue into the second book and know who they are and not forget like, what did this person do and all this stuff. So yeah, this will be a reread for me, so I definitely like it, so I know I'm gonna enjoy it very much. The last two books are books that I've purchased from Barnes & Noble a while back. I think it was one of my first hauls this year. So one of them is Get a Life Chloe Bound by Talia Hibbert. It's this one. A lot of people have read this book, and some like it, some don't. Some prefer the second book, and that's why I want to read it, because the second book, but it also looks like a fast read because the writing is pretty big, so hopefully I get through this also in like a day or two. It's not high on my list either, so we'll see if I read it. Maybe I'll trade this in for one of the other books that I want to reread, but who knows. Hopefully I like it. The last and final book that I have for my TBR list, it's Beach Read by Emily Henry. Now this one I definitely have in my list for priority because I really want to read this book. Everyone has been highly recommending it, everyone has been loving it, and I mean, it's a beach read, so hopefully I go to the beach soon and take it and read it. But I really, really want to read this book so bad, so hopefully I get to it. And I do know what it's about, so which is why it caught my attention, because usually if I just don't like the synopsis or anything, I just don't read the books. I just don't pick them up or anything, because I'm just like, what's the point? I know that I'm not gonna like it, so you know. But this one I know that I will, and it's been sitting in my TBR stack right there for a while, since the beginning of June, so I'm just like, I really need to get to this book. And yeah, so that's gonna be my first book that I'm gonna read this month, maybe this one and the Until Friday Night. So those are all the books that I want to read for the month of August. Hopefully you guys read any of the books. If you guys have, let me know what you guys thought about them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.